Hey, I'm Chris Bates, and I'm on Bean Break with the man Blake.
Indeed he is. Welcome to Bean Break. So this week our guest is Chris Bates. So Chris, let's get straight into it. Who are you?
I'm a guy. I sing. I don't dance, but I sing. That's pretty much all I can do. But yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So you started playing classical violin as a child, but at the age of 13 made the switch to pop music. So
You've done your research.
I have.
Let's go.
Why'd you give up violin, and how'd you get into violin?
I got into violin because at age 7 in primary school, my mom was like, you have to play an instrument or play a sport. And I was like, I'm not playing a sport. So I played an instrument, and I had a really good mate who played the violin. And I was like, I'll play the violin because he's my friend and he's playing violin, and I'll play violin. And then I played violin, and I actually liked it for about math, like 7. I stopped when I was like 13, like you said. But I just got a little bit, I guess, like bored of it, I guess, just because I don't know, I got really into pop music and like Ed Sheeran and like Justin Bieber and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, the violin just can't be playing Baby by Justin Bieber, and I want to play Baby, so I learned guitar.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my next question. What instrument did you switch to? So was it just guitar immediately?
Yeah, it was either drums or guitar. Not that I'm that good at drums or that I played drums for that long, but I just was obsessed with a band U2.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to learn their songs on drum. It was either drums or electric guitar. It was either drums, learning their songs, or like electric guitar. And I had this guitar tab book, and I learned like all of their songs, not all of their songs, but like one of their albums or something. And then I really decided that I really liked acoustic guitar. And then I kind of just got into that. And then, yeah. And now I'm also kind of getting into producing and stuff, but that's kind of 10 years on. I'm 23, but yeah.
Awesome. So, would you say, like, did you immediately have a passion for music once your mum threw you into the deep end and was like, you have to do it? Or was it something that, like, you built up over time?
That's a really good question. I've actually not been asked that before. I guess I didn't know because I was a kid. I was like, I probably kind of looked at it as a chore a little bit. I don't really remember. I think it was fun, but it just got a little, yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I had cool teachers. I had really good violin teachers that like cared, and I don't know, made it a fun time. But it's more when it got serious, because like I did the grades. I went up to like grade 6 or something, and I was like, nah, like yeah, I don't know, I switched. But it was, yeah, I think I pretty much knew that I really liked it when I was a kid, but I didn't properly know until I was like maybe 14 or 15.
Was that around like 14, 15 age? Was that when you realized, oh, maybe this is something I want to do with my life? Or are you still just figuring that out?
I played at my high school or middle school or something. Maybe middle school? Flip. I don't remember. My memory is garbage. But I played at some night where there was like a performance night, and some of us students played, and I played a song called Butterfly, which I still get a bunch of crap for. Because unfortunately people like it, and I hate it, but I don't hate it. Anyways, I played that song, and then I came off stage, and I was like, yo, that was flipping fun. And yeah, I pretty much, I don't want to say like that's what made me know, but it definitely
helped.
Made me feel good, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So what instruments do you play? Are you just a guitarist through and through?
No, play will use loosely, but so occasionally the violin to mess around and take the piss. But I don't play the violin anymore. I like more guitar, kind of acoustic guitar. I play piano a lot nowadays. I'm trying to get good at it. Like bass guitar, kind of, drums, kind of, which is helpful because whenever I need to play something in a studio session and we don't have an instrumentalist handy, like I can just play, and we'll replace it later with the actual like good musician. But yeah, and just like I feel like producing is almost an instrument now. I'm trying to get better at as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Awesome. So, what was your first ever gig like?
My first ever gig, I actually, funnily enough, on Facebook the other day, you know how you have the what is it? Like
memories?
The memories. I think it was 10 years or 9 or 10 years or something, but it was my first gig. It was an open mic night out in Muriwai, out west at like
Oh, yep.
Yeah, there's like an open mic night that I haven't been to like since then, really. But I used to play there a bit, and at my first, I saw the memories. I saw the photo of it, and I looked flipping like young and like skinny as hell and like scared as hell. And there was only like 5 people there or something because I was like earlier on in the night. But yeah, that was the first gig. I really liked it. I played a lot of open mic nights when I was younger, which I guess got me good, quote unquote, who knows, at performing.
Built up the experience.
Yeah, exactly. Which I feel like you have to do as a musician when you're young or when you're starting.
Yeah, and if you look online, you can, if you look up Chris Bates Live, you can see a picture from you from 2011, I believe.
Huh?
Yeah,
Can you?
Yeah, you can.
Where'd you look that up on Google?
You can look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure it's me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can look it up later.
Okay, shit. All right.
So speaking of being live and being a musician, do you prefer performing live, or are you someone who is a studio rat and likes being in the studio more?
That's really interesting because I feel like I like both for different reasons. I wouldn't say I like one more than the other. I really, really like performing, but it took a long time to get comfortable with it because naturally I'm quite a shy person. Even though I joke around and make stupid jokes. I used to be like super shy, and I liked performing, but I also definitely had the hurdle to get over of like there's people watching me and like I'm not comfortable, but it's such a buzz and I really, really enjoy it. Studio is different because you're making the music and there's something super, super rewarding. It's probably the most rewarding thing is when you finish a song and it's like good. Sometimes you'll finish it and it's like, that's right. But when it's a good one, that's super great. But yeah, I like both. Kind of a cop-out answer, but there you go.
That's all right. Speaking of, how do you know when you finished a song? How do you know when it's time to stop?
A terrible answer. You just kind of know. Like, there's times when you don't know. And that's when you know that it's not finished. Or that you should just leave it because it's not hitting right. I don't know. I saw John Mayer, I'm going to butcher his explanation of it, but he was saying there's like this thread that goes from the start of the song to the beginning of the song. And if it's cut at any point, the song's like not finished, if that makes sense. Like if there's one lyric that doesn't quite fit, I'm definitely a perfectionist as well, but like if there's one thing that doesn't quite fit, then it's not done. Even though the song, you could call it done. But so for me, like there's just this feeling when everything kind of flows, and I can't explain it, but I just know that it feels good. If that makes sense.
Are you the type of person to have other people come in and just be like, hey, do you think this is finished? What should I add? And have you ever had people saying, okay, yeah, that's good. You don't need to add anything more.
Yeah, you're hella good at interviews, bro. Yeah, I've gone through phases of being like, my, what do you call it, like temperament as a person or whatever, like I'm very unsure about things, which is the absolute curse, but also I like to think good in some areas, mostly probably a curse, but yeah, I'll always write a song and then send it to someone. Like I said before, if it feels really good to me, then I'm happy with it. But if there's something that feels slightly off, like what I used to do, even when I would look at it now and say the song is like dope, I would have always sent it to someone and like have to have had their approval, thinking it's good. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just saying words, but I definitely used to kind of seek the approval from other people and make sure it's good in their opinion. But now I think I can trust myself more. I would say, but I think it's still good to send to people. But yeah.
Yeah, would you say that's like just built up over more and more years of you making more and more songs and feeling more comfortable? Definitely,
yeah. And as you see, songs kind of resonate with some people. Yeah, like there was a song that I did, November, No Hard Feelings, which strangely, like it didn't really take that long to make, and but then again, I knew I was happy with it. But like I've had some people say they've been through breakups and it's helped them and stuff, and so now that I feel like I'm good because I know that it's kind of resonating. Yeah.
Okay, then I won't add myself to that list of people who have told you that. But yeah, that's probably
my favorite song. You can if you want.
It's probably my favorite song of yours.
Really?
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Can you add yourself to that list or no?
Sure, I'll add myself to the list. Yeah, help me through like
you're on the
breakups
list
and stuff.
You're on the list.
I'm so honored to be on one of your lists. Do you have a favorite song of yours that you've made?
Again, kind of cop out. Like no, because I feel like they're all different. I feel like there's definitely ones I'm more proud of than other songs for sure. Like like that song, November No Hard Feelings. There's a song called 17. There's a song called Best For Me, which they're all just about a breakup I went through. And it was kind of the first time, I'd say 17 because I wrote it a couple years ago and it took a long time to like get it sonically perfect, production-wise. Yeah. Dude, my brain, like, what was the question?
What's your favorite song? Do you have
my
a
favorite
song
song.
that you've made?
My favorite song, yeah. So,
That you have made.
I could just keep all that. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, November 17, Best For Me, probably just because they were the first kind of songs that I wrote that really felt like me and that like I was being honest. Because there's songs that I've written previously that were cool, but they weren't really honest, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song in general? Like, if you had to, like...
Baby Justin Bieber.
Baby Justin Bieber? Really?
Yeah.
Is that your answer?
Nah.
If you had to list top 5 favorite songs...
Oh, God. I can't do that. I'm very indecisive.
Okay.
Like I said before, I'm very unsure and indecisive. But favorite songs, I can give you right now.
Yeah, just right this instant.
I can give you right this instant, and even then, I probably can't. Holly Humberstone, I'm obsessed with right now. She has a song called Friendly Fire. It starts out as this like indie thing, and then it goes hard. It's crazy. Last Train Home by John Mayer. I'm a massive John Mayer fan. You just nodded. Are you a John Mayer fan as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I feel like this will get boring if I try to list the other ones, but they're the two.
Keep going.
I'm going to open my on repeat.
All right.
Hold On by Michael Bublé.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of unpredictable for some people. They're like, you like Michael Bublé? Hell yeah, I do.
Inspiration can come from anywhere.
100%. On repeat. I've been listening to my on repeat because you can just listen to the same songs over and over again. Why would you not?
Exactly.
There's a Phil Collins song called The Least You Can Do, which no one will know, but you should listen to it. It's flippin' sad. Charlie Puth, Light Switch. Like, that's the new one. Is that 4? My friend Sam V has a song called Biker Boy, which I love. I think that's 5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That is indeed 5.
Beautiful. What about you? What's your top, 3?
This isn't about me.
It's about you now.
As of this instant?
Yeah.
Probably... Ooh, Don't Forget Your Roots by 660.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty good song.
Respect.
They Don't Know a Thing About Me.
Hey, let's go. By
You?
some other guy. Not the Me song, right?
No, by this irrelevant guy named Chris Bates. Some small
hate
town
that
guy. Yeah.
Guy's an idiot.
And then what else? Probably Rescue Me by One Republic.
Oh, that song's fire.
Yeah, it's a good song.
song.
Yeah, I found it recently, and I've been getting a lot more into pop music again recently.
Let's go.
2010s pop music.
Let's
It's
go.
good.
And Ryan Tedder writes for everyone as well.
Talking about inspirations, would you say your inspirations now are vastly different to what they were 10 years ago? And do you get inspired not just from music? Do you get inspired from other art forms like painting or photography or other things like that?
Dope questions. Wow. Yes, I think I underestimated for a while how much the people that I grew up with as a kid listening to would influence me now, if that makes sense. So mentioning Phil Collins a second ago, I listened the hell out of him when I was a kid. Well, my dad played him, so and yeah, U2. I don't. Some things that probably influenced me, and I don't really know. Phil Collins definitely has, because he has this kind of beautiful pop R&B kind of vibe, which I guess I'm trying to do. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely influenced me. Who else? Like, I grew up listening to Ed Sheeran. He's definitely influenced me. Yeah, and just hearing new artists now, like I say, Holly Humberstone, who's this English kind of indie singer-songwriter, pop, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know, listening to what Charlie Puth is doing, definitely a mixture of both, I would say, yeah. As for other art forms, I don't really know. I feel like the only thing I do is listen to music, which, like, artists are going to, like painters, they're going to hate me. I need to go to, like, the art museum or something in Auckland, but, yeah.
We can go together. I haven't been there in
Yo, let's go.
ages. Surely.
Let's go. All right.
We'll set up a date.
That's cute.
Yeah, so cute. So, do you have any other hobbies outside of music, or are you just a muso through and through?
No, I honestly can't, like, I don't enjoy much else. Is that sad?
No, that's fine.
Okay, sweet. Then no.
Fair enough. So, like,
I like tea, though.
tea?
I like tea. I don't know if that's a hobby, but do you know T2, the tea store?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, you have to go. If you even like tea, you don't
I've
have
never
to go.
tried tea before.
Really?
I've just got a glare. Yeah, I've never tried tea.
You never
before.
tried tea? Like,
Never
what about
tried
normal tea? Like, just
never tried it.
that's messed up, man. But yeah, there's a tea store called T2, and they sell like tons of different like herbal, fruit, black teas, like all the different kind of teas. I like tea.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know if that's a hobby, but that's my answer.
Fair enough. So like at home, just what do you do? Like if you've got nothing else to do at home, what do? You just pick up your guitar and play something, or you video games?
Yeah, I'll usually just make music.
Fair enough. Truly a musician through and through.
Yeah, or listen to it. Like last night, I was just some nights I'll just listen to it for like 5 hours. I like to go on YouTube and watch like live performances.
Yeah,
because I feel like there's a whole vibe about it.
There's a different vibe to in studio hearing a song. That's
Right?
Like different. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Especially when it's like John Mayer
Yeah.
and he's ripping like fat solos. He's crazy.
Exactly. So with your 2 EPs, They Don't Know a Thing About Me and They Don't Know a Thing About Me 2.0, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Longest freaking titles ever, so good work for.
Well, one of them is just the same as the other, but just with 2.0 thrown on.
That's true.
So
You know why I did that, by the way?
I was just about to ask, why did you do that?
I
Is it a
haven't said this to
continuation of the first one? Or?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, the whole concept is that the first track of the 1.0 one, it doesn't have a 1.0, but the first one, is a song called Chasing Kites, and it says, they don't know a thing about me in verse 2, I think. And I didn't know at the time I wanted to do like a 2-part series kind of thing, but just conceptually, I'd written the song called They Don't Know a Thing About Me separately to that song, and I was going to put it on the first EP, but what you said before about do you send things to mates, I sent it to like all my mates, and they're like, no, it doesn't belong on that EP at all. It doesn't sound anything like it. It's this piano ballad. And I put it on, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to have another EP called They Don't Know a Thing About Me 2.0. I put that on it, and then 4 other songs that kind of, I feel like, ended the story a little bit. Yeah, and the 2.0 itself is because My World, Justin Bieber, he had a 2.0 for it, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So first one came out in 2020, 2.0 came out in 2022. Is there a 3.0 in 2021? Sorry, is there a 3.0?
Should I say?
Is there anything?
There's
anything
not.
coming out? Oh.
There's not. But there is something cool that kind of continues it, but not really. So I feel like I've been mystical in just saying that.
Do you want to leave it there? Do you want to give us some more?
Well, I've been spending a lot of time this year preparing what is next. It'll be an EP, but sonically it's a little bit different to anything that I've done before. So I'm just really trying to get it right. I shot a music video the other day.
Ooh.
It's very different to my other music videos.
Do you have an estimated time for when that'll be out?
Couple months,
Ooh.
at least. But yeah, a couple months, I would say.
Awesome. So
Mid this year.
So that'll either be out the same time as this podcast, or that'll be out, before this podcast.
Right.
So if it's out, go listen to it. If it's not out yet, be excited. What's it called?
Or you could not listen to it if you don't want to.
No,
like,
listen to it. You have to. It's the law.
Sweet. All right,
What's it called, or is there no name yet?
The song is called Exclusive. Not that it freaking matters. Lose My Mind.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah, we're delving into my my problems. That's good.
And in a way, that's a nice segue into other questions I have.
My problems. That's a nice segue.
Let's go into.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm here for you.
Thank you.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you.
So when you're writing a song, do you have to be in a good headspace to do it, or do you feel like inspirations for songs come from being sort of anywhere, like mentally?
I have to be in a bad headspace.
Okay.
But I also have to be in a good headspace in the sense of I was listening to a Lewis Capaldi interview, and I know a lot of songwriters like Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift will like go through. I probably talked about Ed Sheeran like 17 times this interview, but he and Taylor Swift and probably a bunch of other artists and people that I know will like go through something in their life, and then they'll write a song immediately, and then they kind of get it out. And sometimes I do that. Sometimes if I go through something, I kind of feel like crap, and I can't. Like I just feel kind of crap, and I just can't write a song because I'm still. Well, I don't know why. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm a songwriter. I'm supposed to be able to write. But I saw Lewis Capaldi talk about the fact that he has to effectively wait 6 months before he can write about what he's been through.
Mm.
If that makes sense. He's like, because I have to process it first. I don't
Yeah.
freaking know what's going on. I think that's me. I think I'm somewhere in between. Sometimes I'm one, sometimes the other. But yeah. So I don't know. I definitely have to get it out of the system. Songwriting is really good, but sometimes I just have to figure stuff out, and then I know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't even know. It always changes.
So sometimes it's like almost you've got to like mentally get over it, and then it's almost like a final note or something.
Kind
writing
of,
the song.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, pretty much.
Awesome.
Some songs like 17. My mate Gabriel Bond, I'm trying to shout him out in every interview. He helped me write 17, for example, which was the first song I wrote after a breakup that I had. And I definitely couldn't have written it by myself because I just felt too like crap. But he's like, nah, man, we got to get the emotion out. I was like, sweet, man, thanks. Just capitalizing on my heartbreak.
Of course.
And yeah, and I don't know. I'm super proud of that song. But yeah.
As you should be. When writing things, do you like writing by yourself, or are you someone who needs someone else there writing with you?
Lately, aforementioned Gabriel Bond, I've just been writing with him. He's my mate that I met at a music course that we did at uni, and I just trust him so much. We've written there was a long time where we just hung out for a couple of years and never wrote, or if we wrote a song, it would be a meme about Shrek.
Lovely.
Something like that, and then we started writing actual songs. Not that wasn't an actual song, it frickin' was, but yeah, I'll often write it by myself. You know how you said, like, do you know if you finished a song? Sometimes I'll write a song and I just know that it's done. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I need someone to bounce ideas with, or we'll start a song together and then see how it goes. But maybe 50-50 definitely, but I'm a very collaborative person, I would say, musically.
And do lyrics come first? Does the instrumental side come first? Does it come together, or is it just different song to song?
It's different song to song, although I've never started with lyrics ever. I know a lot of people do. I often start with like a melody. I'm definitely kind of a melody guy, like a melody, or I'll have a melody with lyrics that come into my head. Like the I think for November No Hard Feelings, I think it was like, there's no hard feelings. I think that came, and then I had the and I didn't know what that was, and so often it's melody, then figuring out what the words are, and then the music kind of, I feel like, slots in underneath the melody to kind of, have it sit right.
Bring it all
if
together.
That makes sense. But yeah, lyrics I feel like are often more difficult, but it's also a line between. I kind of figured out, I mean, everyone has different lyric styles. I feel like I just write how I feel, and that's my lyrical style. Some people write like crazy cool metaphors, like Bruno from Ep.2, he'll write all about like a tower, or like, I don't know, and how it represents things. But for me, it's just like, I don't know, I just write about how I feel. Depends on the song. Yeah. I feel like I'm like rambling, but hopefully this is a good answer.
That's all good. This is a podcast. This
Awesome.
is an interview with you. We want to hear what you think.
You know what? It's all about me.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the entire reason we're here today, Chris.
Absolutely. Thank you.
No problem. So, are you someone who, just a bit more of a front-on question now, are you someone who gets anxious?
Abso-freaking-lutely, yeah. Are you?
Oh, of course.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Anxiety, bro. I don't want to compare it to anyone else's, and I know that it's like I don't know, but there's definitely times where I'm like, oh shoot, what is going on? And I need to take some time for sure. But yeah.
Would you say that music has affected your mental health in any way, good or bad?
100%. In a bad way, not in a good way. Yeah, like I said to you, I don't know if it was in this interview or before when we were chatting, but I would just spend some nights. Was it in the interview where I just spend some nights like just listening to music for like 5 hours? Yeah, it was. The other night I didn't feel that great. I just had some shit happening. Yeah, I had some stuff going on in my life and stuff, and I was like, sweet, I don't want to write a song, I don't want to do anything, but I just want to sit down and listen to music. So I listened to music for ages, and it just makes me feel so much better, because you can resonate with the singer or whatever. Yeah, it's never not helped, I would say. It's just only, I guess, like a form of therapy, whether it's writing or listening. But yeah, I love music,
Music's great.
It's pretty great.
as you've gotten more well known, how do you deal with that? Do you like that people know who you are, or like are you more of a private person?
So first I was like, I'm really shy. Like I don't want to let anyone know who I am because it's scary, and I'd rather just make music and they hear it. But I think the more I've gone on, and you learn so much just doing, I guess, anything in life. But with music, one of my main things has just been accepting that how cheesy, like I am me, and it's all good to be me. And for example, in like this music video that I just shot the other day, but even other ones I've done, or there's this one called Voicemail where I'll just do some stupid ass dance moves, and like I've just accepted the fact that I'm kind of an idiot, like not in a self-deprecating way, but just I'm kind of clumsy and awkward. And I feel like the second that I owned that, well, not the second, it took a while, but I felt so much better because I was like, yo, I'm just me. And when I owned that, I had people saying like, yo, I love how you're just being you now. And then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you just accept.
When you accept who you are,
Yeah.
it's a great feeling.
How have you found things like that? I know you weren't expecting this to be flipped on you, but
Yeah, what is this?
like, I don't know what you've...
Is this an intervention?
We're just chatting, bro. We're just chatting.
Exactly. What was the question, sorry?
The question, so yeah, hi guys, I'm interviewer Chris, interviewing Blake here for Bean Break. How have you found, if you have, I guess you have, some kind of anxiety, like your experience with it, like where are you at in your journey dealing with it? Have you learned things in your process of dealing with it? Or are you still like, shit, I don't know what's going on?
I feel like no matter who you are, you sometimes have the feeling of, shit, I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter how rich, how famous you are, everyone's human and everyone has that feeling. As a 17-year-old, I feel like I have that bit more than most.
Right.
But no, anxiety is, in a weird way, a big part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know whether for better or for worse, probably for worse. But no, it's not something that I think you should let define you. And so if someone was to say, oh, what's Blake like? Oh, he's like a really anxious, nervous person. I wouldn't want that to be my defining feature.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think that people would think that? Or did you used to think that or no?
I did used to think it,
and
I
worry
still,
about it?
yeah, oh god,
Yeah.
I still sometimes do think it because I can get quite self-conscious. I feel like everyone can.
Right.
Everyone's got those days where it's just like,
Right.
what are they thinking about me? What is this? And like, yeah, I definitely used to overthink a lot. I still do. Like for this interview, I was so scared.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like we're the same person.
I feel
Everything
like we're
you
a
just
lot
said, I
more
can
similar.
relate to.
That's what Stephen was saying to me. Stephen Dallo, he was just like,
Oh, no,
yeah,
yeah.
Chris Bates, he's quite similar to you. It'll be fine. I'm like, really?
Hell yeah.
He's like, yeah, you'll be fine.
Dude, you can just be yourself. I saw, not to like rag on, like, I saw this like singer who I kind of knew. She's kind of my friend, kind of, and she played at some concert thing, like some gig that I played at as well. And she was kind of, I mean this in the nicest way, like this is my point of saying it. She was kind of like awkward, and you could tell she's kind of shy, but like no one gave a shit because like she went on and she killed it. Like she was kind of standing there, didn't really move, but like that's her, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just I feel like as soon as you accept, obviously there's no thing where you accept it and then you've dealt with it. Like
Yeah, it's a process.
But yeah, I guess I can only speak for myself. But as soon as I started to accept that, it's just so much better. But yeah, obviously it's different person to person. I can only speak for myself, but yeah, and I still have definitely insecure moments, especially in like big groups of people. And then sometimes you just feel, like you said, sometimes you feel really insecure, sometimes you're fine. But yeah. No.
It's a process. And as a fellow musician, I feel like music definitely does help. Just like sometimes just if like I'm overthinking, for example, this is turning into me. No, it's supposed to be about you.
This can totally be about, it's about us.
It's about us
This
together,
is a moment.
Chris.
This is great.
We're having a moment here.
Fellow musician, so you play as well?
Yeah, I do play.
Let's go.
But just sometimes if I'm just really nervous, I'll just pick up my guitar and then, oh no, 2 hours has passed.
Dude.
And you just like don't really remember anything, but just boom, 2 hours has passed and you're just feeling better.
It's the freaking best, right? It's the freaking best.
It's also the worst because if you have a great idea and then all of a sudden, boom, 2 hours has passed, oh no, where's that idea gone? And you can't remember it.
Oh, true. Chuck on
That's
the voice memos.
Yeah. Voice memos,
man.
that's friend. But
yeah, you can just sit there for 2 hours and it's some people, I don't know, like paint, or some people will chat with their friends. Like I have to do that. I have to chat with my friends all the time when I'm
Yeah.
going through stuff. But going through like playing guitar for 2 hours is the exact same thing in my mind. It's just letting it out through your hands and like the sound wave. I don't flipping know how it works,
it's
but
almost like therapy, like you said earlier. It's
Yeah.
therapeutic.
hell yeah, it was very wholesome.
It's a very
This is really
wholesome
good.
interview. Look at us go. We're having a
at us.
moment.
Oh yeah.
Guitar, favorite instrument?
Favorite instrument? Right now the piano, like keys, because I feel like I'm a massive music nerd. Like I guess I learned theory when I was growing up, like music theory, kind of like to not a super high level, but you had to do it to play to do violin grades. You had to learn theory, so I did that, and yeah, I feel like it made me a music nerd and it made me appreciate everything. And with the piano, with the guitar, for example, I'm not that musically smart. Like the strings, proper nerd territory here, are like fifths apart from the fifth string, which is like a fourth apart from the fourth string or something like that. And it's flipping confusing. I don't know how it works. I can play chords. I don't flipping know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Piano, it's all linear, so all the notes are just one after the other, and you got some black notes, but it's all just repeats.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like it's way easier to play like nice chords on it, and I'm a sucker for nice chords,
Nice chords. They're good.
right? And or maybe I just got bored of guitar and I'm like, sweet, I'm learning piano now.
You go through different stages.
Yeah, absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah, like I was first off a bass player.
No way.
Yeah. No matter what I say, by the way, with instruments, I'm 100% self-taught. So I don't know music theory or anything. I just taught myself.
Dude, that's sick.
Thank you.
That's sick though. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
You don't need a teacher. Let's go.
yeah, exactly. Like
You are the teacher.
in a way. But yeah, I like started off with bass and then recently taught myself guitar and then just sort of switch between them. Like just on different days, you're feeling different things. You know?
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah. That's cool. I feel like when you learn more than one instrument, it just automatically makes you better at any other instrument. Because
Yeah.
you start to get I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of learning music rather than the instrument.
It can influence your playing.
Yeah.
And it
I
changes
can-
the way you play.
True. Yeah. And yeah. If you want to record or something, you can. You're a multi-instrumentalist now, and it makes it easier.
Yeah, exactly.
But
What's the best question you've ever been asked?
just all of these questions today.
All of these questions? Oh,
The best question I've ever been asked.
so flattering.
So all of those questions, and I feel like there'll be a big break here that you might want to cut, or not, depending on whether you want the suspense, or you'll just like give us the answer, Chris, you idiot.
We'll add a drum roll in.
Drum roll. All right, sweet. Best question. They're probably questions that aren't musical or that aren't songwritery. Like personal questions of like, I don't know, like when I was speaking about flipping self, like doubt and insecurity and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Like I have a couple really, really great mates that have been really great in going through that and just helping me through it, I guess. I don't know if you have mates that you can point to and be like, yep, you're the flipping.
Those ones help with me. They're the legends.
Yeah, right? And I don't know, just questions like I guess questions you never asked yourself that you should have. Like, for example, what do you want? Like, I don't know about in those words, but I got asked that a few years ago in some form when I was going through something of like people different musically. Like some people will influence you the way they think you should go, and it's all in love because they think you should do this, and some people think you should do that, and some people think you should do that. And back then I was like, I don't freaking know. Like, I trust you because you've done this and I haven't, and you've done this. But it kind of felt like shit because like it didn't feel right to me, and I don't know. It's a journey I went through of like, yeah, I don't know. Just like I had to ask myself as well, just what do you actually want?
Amazing answer.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Any answer you give is an amazing answer
Thank
because
you.
it's your honest answer, you know?
Let's
Or at
go.
least I'd hope it's your honest answer.
I've been lying this whole time.
Of course, your name isn't even Chris Bates. You're
is.
someone else.
Exactly.
He's still waiting outside.
My name's Blake.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great name.
I
Unique
run a
name.
podcast called Bean Break.
Where are you from? Because your accent.
Because my
is
freaking accent
very
trips
confusing.
everyone out. Hey, I don't know. I know where I'm
I know
from,
for a
but-
fact you've been asked this before, but yeah, where are you from? What's your accent?
How do you know for a fact? You've clearly done your research.
Yes, because you Emma asked you on Kickouts once.
Yeah, she did. She's like, what is wrong with you? What's with your accent?
Oh, I'm not that mean.
Really?
I'm not as mean as Emma.
You're
So
just
where
thinking
are
it
you
on the
from?
inside. Where am I from? Like technically England, but not really because my parents are both like New Zealand Kiwis, and they both were working in England, and that's where they met, and then they had me, and then they came back to New Zealand, and I was like 1 year old, so I'm very much like Kiwi. I was born in England, but then some people say I sound real English. Some people say I sound real American, which I do not understand. I think it's just because I listen to tons of music, maybe. I don't know. Or like growing up listening to. I don't flipping know.
First time I heard you, I
me.
thought you were American.
Really?
Yeah.
I can be American if you want.
You can be American for us?
I'm from Texas.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But yeah, I don't know.
You don't even know where you're from.
I don't know where I'm from. Who am I even? Who knows?
We don't know a thing about you.
Yo, I don't know a thing about me.
Well, they don't know a thing about you.
They don't, I don't, you don't. No one does. There's no hope. I don't know. I have a really strange sense of humor, as I'm sure you've gathered by now. But like, imagine not having a sense of humor or just saying things that probably sound really mean.
I think that's just called sarcasm.
Maybe it is sarcasm, yeah.
Would you say you're quite a sarcastic person?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's great.
I can attribute it to my 1 year in England. As a baby, before I
As
could
a
talk.
baby.
I couldn't even talk. But yeah, my mate, Gabriel Bond, we'll walk into a scenario, like a party or something, and we'll just start saying shit that don't make sense at all.
Yeah.
And we'll confuse the hell out of everyone, but I don't care. Like, he doesn't care. Which, yeah, we're kind of idiots, but it's good. What was your question? We're just chatting. I don't know.
We're just chatting at this point, which is great.
But whatever your question was, the answer is yes. Not that I remember what it was, but the mic, I'm just adjusting it here.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah. How would you describe your sense of humor?
Depends on the day. It can be a very dry, like dad joke sense of humor.
Yeah, okay.
Or it can be quite sarcastic, or it can be very random. Like my friend, who I feel like me and him are quite comparable to you and your friend. Sometimes we will just say random shit, and it will be the funniest thing in the world to us.
You guys, right? And then to no one else.
No one else. It's just like, what do you like? The other day we were hanging out. Someone said the word oven in a really weird way, and we were just like oven for like 20 minutes.
Dude, it
was crack up.
Me and aforementioned mate. Yeah, we have people will say some shit about like, I don't know, something. Maybe some self-deprecating thing that we don't mean it as anything serious.
No.
But like every now and again, there's someone that's like, "Are you okay?" Like, not even as like just like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, you either say, "Yeah, I'm okay," and you have to kind of defend yourself like, as if you're not okay, or you say no and you're not okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
To me, like we say, to no one else, but
yeah, exactly. As long as you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
But like, yeah, just that and self-deprecating jokes or just darker jokes that like between the two of you, it's great.
100%.
Sort of in that similar vein of territory, what are your thoughts on cancel culture and that kind of thing? You haven't been cancelled yet.
Why did I laugh?
Worry.
It's very serious. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Like, I feel like... I don't know. I don't want to say too much. I feel like just talking about it will get me cancelled. But, I don't know. I'm the kind of person where... I don't know. Like, people say dumb shit. They make mistakes. Or they say stuff that people take too seriously, in my opinion. Or, I don't know, any of the above. I don't know. It seems a little bit... Sometimes the case is like the fact that you can go on someone's Twitter and then scroll back like 107 years to what they posted when they were like negative 30 years old or something.
Yeah.
Something they said when they were like I say, negative 30 years old, or like young. Just the fact that you can like cancel them over that, I'm like, I don't know, man. I guess it depends. I don't know. Yeah. I don't freaking know. The way my mind is with this kind of thing is just like, you do you, I do me. Like, I don't, whatever. Like.
Yeah, I think especially if someone like in that case, in that example that you used, especially if that person has like apologized and moved on from that, like I think it should just move on. Stop living in the past.
I mean, if the comment was like, I want to murder like babies, then that's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah.
Only the most genuine of conversations we have here.
Yeah.
Only the most wholesome.
Yeah.
So with COVID, you excited for things to start opening up again?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited. I feel like finally there's like some certainty that it will go back to normal pretty soon. Who knows? But yeah, just the fact that it is overseas and yeah, artists are going on tour again. There was throughout the period of Corona, I didn't really play any gigs. I think I played one in 2020 or something. I think. Yeah, a release show for the first EP. I didn't do a release show for the second EP like I wanted to, just because I had mates booking gigs and they just kept getting cancelled or postponed, and I was like, nah, I'll just focus on recording and stuff. But this year I'm definitely gonna do one, like probably later in the year. And there's a bit of relative certainty that can happen, which is really nice. And yeah, just the fact that gigs, other people can come and play. Like I'm seeing Holly Humberstone. I've said her name like 7 times. I'm seeing, I don't know. There's like Ed Sheeran's coming, Justin Bieber's coming, Dua Lipa's coming. I don't know who else is coming. But
660 is going at Eden Park again.
Are they?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're going back to Eden Park.
When's that? Do you know?
Yeah, later this year.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they just finished, as of recording this, they've just finished a while ago touring in Dubai. And so...
Hey, we've talked about... I just spilled my coffee. We talked about this before. I always spill my coffee.
Yeah,
and I just did
spilled it.
I've kept my word.
They just finished in Dubai and they're back over here now practicing for their Aussie tour and then coming over to New Zealand.
That's pretty sick.
And also, as of recording, unfortunately, Taylor Hawkins passed away, so the Foo Fighters are no longer coming here.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was a shock.
Definitely quite sad.
I was amazed when I saw that. Because I've never been to a concert before.
Were you gonna go?
That was gonna be my first ever
Really?
concert.
Oh, damn.
Which sucks, but
God, yeah.
So people can look forward to a show from you, hopefully 2022.
Yeah, they can look forward to it. They can be like, oh God, I don't want to go to that. They can be like indifferent. They can be whatever they want, but
something is definitely, hopefully, most likely happening.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So will this be like the belated unofficial release show as well for 2.0 or?
Yeah. By then, probably some of 3.0. Not that there'll be a 3.0, but the next EP, by then, maybe half of that will be out as well. So, yeah, I'm just keen to play live.
Play live again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very fun.
It's been a while since your last gig? In 2020, you say?
I mean, I've played, I still play, like I busk sometimes. Like I'll just put my guitar case out and play. Or there'll be kind of random things that I'll get asked to play at. But as for like a Chris Bates gig or whatever, yeah, last one probably was end of 2020.
So definitely
I would
excited.
say. Definitely excited, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That would be really sick. I haven't organized it or anything, but just focusing on getting music out right now. Because, yeah, it's stressful. There's a ton of moving parts. Even though it's like, at first I was like, I'll just do EPs because they're only 5 songs. They'll be easy. Nah, they're not. You have to do the mixing and the mastering and make sure the production's good. And being a perfectionist, I don't know, it takes ages to get it perfect. Not that there is a perfect, that's another conversation. Yeah, and then like the music videos, the artwork, everything. So I'm just focusing on all that now. And yeah, trying not to get stressed. I feel like if you give yourself the time, it's easier to not be stressed as much. But yeah, and then live probably later.
Are you someone who records at home, or do you go into a studio and do everything there?
I'll record demos at home. So when you ask like what do I do at home, I'll make demos and send them to a producer, and then we'll redo the vocals and we might take some of the production that I did and then just revamp it a little bit, or we'll just change everything because it's shit. Yeah, I feel like I do need other people's you said before, do I need other people's, or maybe I said it, like approval. But I mean, when it comes to production and audio, like mixing and stuff, like that's not my territory. So I feel like I do have to go to someone else and kind of, have their input on the project, which always makes it a better project for me. Because, yeah, hopefully I have a good song, and then also the production is dope and mixing is dope and all that. But yeah, so I'll do it at right now. What I'm doing is I'm recording with this guy Dan Martin, who's crazy good. So I'll go to his like studio and record vocals, and he'll do production and send stuff to me. But yeah, usually I'll go into their place.
Awesome. If you had to give yourself one piece of advice, a younger version of yourself or someone who's younger, maybe 17, for example, what would you say to them?
I would say in general, or someone that's pursuing some kind of arts or music or something like that, or in general.
Either or both?
Either or. Nah, either or. Just very kind of general, but I think just do what you want to do. And by which I mean, I don't know. Like we were talking about doubting ourselves and things like that, and just, I don't know. You're allowed to doubt yourself, and you're allowed to feel insecure, and you're allowed to be like, nah, I'm not good at this. But if you like, for example, if you like music, make music. If it sucks, keep doing it and you'll get better, you know? Like I wrote my first song and it was garbage, but the more I did it, like the better I got. And I don't know, and people like other things like painting and stuff, and just do it. Like I think, I don't know, as blunt as it sounds, like don't care what other people think. If you love it, then do it, you know? Just like do it, small steps. You can't flipping, what's the saying? Like you can't move a mountain all in one piece. But yeah, just little steps. Just try to do something every day that makes you better than the day before, is what I try to do. And yeah, just pursue what you love, pretty much, if you can.
And if you had to recommend anyone else to come on the show, who would you want to hear?
Just me again.
You again?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nah, someone else. I have a mate that I think I mentioned before, Sam V. He's a wise guy. I think he's like a similar age to me. He's a R&B pop. I don't want to put him in a box. He's he does his own thing. He's a song called Biker Boy, which I mentioned earlier in my top 5 songs right now. He's really he started doing music similar age to me. I think even younger actually, but yeah. I don't know. He's very kind of inspiring. I feel it's good to surround yourself with inspiring people. I'd say he's one of them. He has this mindset of like, kind of what I said before, like not giving a shit about what anyone else thinks. Like, I don't know. He's the type of person like me and you, maybe someone would say something to us. I don't want to put words in your mouth. And would be like, oh, ouch, okay. And then go back home and cry or something. But he'd just be like, nah, shut up. I'm good. Like
very upfront.
Yeah. And so I massively respect that, obviously. Obviously, you don't want to like shut yourself off to kind of different voices at all. But he doesn't do that, I don't think. But yeah, for sure. I don't know. You should get him on. He's cool. I feel like he'd enjoy this as well. Yeah, he's all about like, I don't know, encouraging people to do what they love and things. But yeah. Awesome.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Anything you want to plug just before we go?
Beam Break with Blake, otherwise known as Beam Blake.
Of course.
Then again, they're already listening to this if they're listening to it and stuff, so it's kind of pointless for me to say that. You can listen to my music if you want to. If you don't want to,
where can the people find it, Chris?
Just under my name, Chris Bates, on Spotify or YouTube or Google Play or is iTunes still even a thing? It's Apple Music, right?
Something like that.
Like I know it's not really a thing. Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, SoundCloud. I think
yes,
SoundCloud.
You're still on SoundCloud.
I am? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
And where can the people find you?
I can't think of
social media.
Social media? Oh, yeah, Instagram, Facebook. Who uses Facebook anymore, eh? Do you? No offense if you do.
Only for, like, theater stuff.
Yeah, right.
And for kickouts things.
Yeah, cool. Nah, yeah. I post on there and stuff. Instagram. Yeah, probably, like, Instagram's the main one. If they want to see my stupid flipping Instagram stories.
Stupid life.
I'd recommend.
Amazing. Well, Thank you very much, Chris, for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure talking to you.